Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, Kathy Fink, Marcy Markser, local Silver Springians, Springs from Silver Springs. Okay, this is Gainey, blah, blah, blah. Okay, I will move that down. Maybe that'll help. Welcome to Occupy the Internet. The freedom, someone working sound, could they turn this mic down a hair? Freedom of ringing. Positive feedback is not always a good thing. Somebody on sound? Okay. All right, let's see here. I will relocate myself from, okay, let's see. All right, so the freedom to connect is about choosing what we do on the internet. This thing on. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. There are many moving parts, many moving parts, many moving parts, many moving parts to this production. Judy, can we mute the computer that this is on? If only we had our beatboxer here, he could make something out of this. Through the ages, through the ages, through the ages. Okay, so it's about choice. It's about choosing what we do on the internet. The internet was designed by our friend Vince Cerf, our friend Steve Crocker, and others deliberately to maximize choice, to make it so the end users can decide what we read, what we watch, where we visit, who we associate with, what we publish, which devices we attach, and what software runs on these endpoints. The freedom to connect is also about avoiding what we don't want, and that increasingly is a hard problem, but it is a problem that is central to our freedom to connect. We don't want software that we didn't choose running on our devices. We don't want people we don't know reading our private email. We don't want industry storing our transactions and locations until they figure out how to sell us something. We don't want our government storing our data just in case we in the future are suspected of being a bad guy. When we avoid visiting certain internet locations because we are afraid to, we're not free. Over the next 2 days, when you hear about megabits and gigabits and fiber miles and homes connected and loops and all the technical details, please remember, you're hearing about choice. Faster networks are valuable only when they let us choose. If we have a 6 megabit cable TV channel that somebody else programs and somebody else schedules, we don't have 6 megabits, we have 1 bit. It's effectively on or off. Over the next 2 days, when you hear about competition, please remember you're hearing about choice. If your telephone company is offering 2 megabits and your cable company is offering 25 megabits at the same price, that's not choice. When your telco and your cable co make a secret deal for the cable to be the wire and the telco to be the mobile provider, you don't have a choice. If you and your neighbors want to build their own network, but ALEC conspires with state legislatures to write rules to make that activity illegal, then you don't have a choice. Anti-choice, thy name is SOPA, PIPA, ACTA, the Trans-Pacific Partnership Agreement, bandwidth caps, domain seizures without due process, omnivorous data collection by government and industry, non-public modifications of internet protocols in the name of network management or anything else, the tying of devices and applications to transport, and the ever-escalating industry consolidation. This is the picture of non-choice. Secretary of State Clinton borrowed the phrase freedom to connect from this very stage. I think she got it right here. She said recently, she said in 2010 that freedom to connect is the idea that governments should not prevent people from connecting to the internet, to websites, or to each other. The freedom to connect is like the freedom of assembly only in cyberspace. She also said, those societies that believe they can be closed to change, to ideas, to cultures and beliefs that are different from theirs, will find quickly that in our internet world, they would be left behind. President Obama also used the phrase. He said recently that freedom to connect electronically with our fellow human beings is a basic freedom. Incidentally, the president was talking about Iran and the Secretary of State was talking about the Middle East in general, but we're here today because freedom to connect applies to the United States too. Thank you. So this is the choir on 3. No. So nobody in power ever said, hey, you want some rights? Oh, here, take a few. Oh, that's not enough, I'll take a few more. No, nobody in power ever said that. The freedom to connect will not be given to us. We will have to continue to take it. The 46 speakers over the next 2 days will, each in their own way, show us how to take the freedom to connect back. Thank you for choosing to come to Freedom to Connect. Please listen carefully and choose wisely. And now, ladies and gentlemen, there's nobody more fitting to kick off the Freedom to Connect conference than the one of the fathers of the internet pioneer, Google's internet evangelist, Vint Cerf. Give it up for Vint. Thanks for coming, Vint.